Yo.
Yeah, I saw you.
Oh,
I saw you in another live for a second.
which one?
The one with the black Negro talking about whites are under attack, and they're
He
facing.
never let me up, right? Or was I up there? Up there?
Yeah, you was up there, and then you had left.
I
But I
don't know
came
which
at the
one.
end, so I wasn't all the way in there.
Yeah, I'm just fishing. There's nothing but like doing your own lives, cause like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Anyways, man, how are you? How was your day today? Like,
I'm alright. I just got done eating, watching TV.
WWE and some rice, some fried rice.
Now, Thanksgiving left over.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
I work at a restaurant as a server, and they're so greedy, bro. They be throwing out so much food, and they usually give the food out at like when you get like at the end of the night because you can't take food in front of the customers or whatever.
Yeah.
But they be throwing all the food in between the banquets that we have there, and so then they make the workers wait until the end to pick up whatever's left over for the last banquet. Um, but yeah, it's just a bunch of waste of food, and then so I wasn't willing to wait because that means I have to be waiting for food for 3 hours after my shift, so I wasn't gonna do it.
Oh, you work at a
But
banquet service?
so it's a legit restaurant. We're just
Hello.
I didn't eat anything. I'm just a drink. I just serve alcohol there,
Mm.
so
I
that's all I
used to
do.
do that,
But
but I had got fired. But it was
yeah,
over soon. I think the manager was
some
acting kind of
bullshit.
racist.
They all are for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this forever. It's just something temporary,
Yeah.
but it's good money for right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish I had some leftover, but I didn't. My family don't celebrate that shit, so
Yeah.
we had what we usually eat. We had some
Man,
steaks, we had some carne asada.
no
Yeah,
matter how conscious you are, if your family isn't as conscious, they're gonna celebrate it.
of course. Yeah. I don't really guilt trip anybody, but it's just if you really believe in that shit is where I'll
Yeah, I mean, usually black people just do it for family gathering.
right. And that's the issue. We didn't all the time that we should be spending time with together. It shouldn't be over no European holidays, First of all, but it
But usually,
makes sense because like people are off,
yeah,
and it is a holiday for people to.
that's usually
Yeah,
the only
I
way
get.
because people
Yeah, that's so true. hmm
break out of the matrix. The only way you can sort of break.
You break out of the matrix while being in the matrix too, because you're celebrating something and you're reuniting with your family, but it's over some bullshit, you know.
A matrix without a matrix within a matrix.
The Matrix within the Matrix. Neo, Yo Nagual Divine, you guys can come up.
Morpheus.
I'm back.
Or Morpheus.
Nagual's like, why is this guy online? Why didn't he call me? And Divine's like, I don't want to talk about circumcision, but let me bring it up. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I didn't join because I don't know why the hell you was talking about that shit. I felt disturbed just by the image.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm trying to change the combo sometimes. I'm just tired of talking about the same shit.
Why the hell were you talking about circumcision?
Because it brought up a bunch of other shit. It brought up religion. It brought traditions in indigenous places. It brought up. It opened up a can of worms. Okay.
That was your fault. That was all
No,
your fault.
you brought it up, Divine.
No. I came up here and you just bust down and said, we're not talking about indigenous people. And you got everybody intrigued because you was talking about how I shouldn't talk about indigenous.
Divine. That's not true. That's the partial truth of it.
No. You went out. Everybody stop what you're doing. God. You have to know not to ever.
I was talking about FBAs, not the penis thing, though.
Oh, you talking about the peak? Okay,
yeah. So you brought it up.
No, that's but you changed the prompt. So once you changed the prompt, everybody was like, "Oh, okay."
No, you're the first one to leave. You're the first one to bring it up. First one to leave.
It was a good live, bro. I thought it was dope. Like, just anything on the human spectrum.
Thank you, Nagual. Thank you.
Anything on the human spectrum, I think we should be talking about. Period.
Yeah, I'll bring it up again just to bother some people. Was good.
We should be talking about like circumcisions with FBAs, you know? Put them together. Why not?
I should title it FBA circumcision.
Yeah. Why not? Did you see the reason when I put it in Divine where you were actually right about the petrification of a person when they were falling to it was a tidal wave that was allegedly carried that Lady of Guadalupe to that particular place. So you were absolutely on point with that. Can't hear you, Dwight.
Anyways, man, I hope you guys had a good Sunday, the Lord's Day.
Sunday. Yeah, it's Friday.
Oh,
going off on it.
Yeah. You see how far?
I jumped on the indigenous line
right now. I think it's Sunday today. That's crazy. I just
been
working.
You jumped on Indigenous Live?
Yeah, I just went like we were going at it. I was going off on someone that was indigenous, and she was like trying to call me African and shit. I was like, bitch, I'm not.
I believe you were going at it, but I don't believe anybody else got a word in.
No, like, so the post wasn't even about being indigenous. It was really about the real ID versus like the enhanced ID, right? Because y'all have heard about that?
No.
You can go get your real ID versus your enhanced ID. You never. Okay, so like here in America, right? We have two forms of IDs. You have three forms. You got your driver's license, right? That's the regular ID. Then you have the real ID, which has a star on it, and then you have an enhanced ID, which is like a driver's license that proves that you're a citizen. So, I was on an Indigenous People Live, and I was telling them like, because we get a lot of Native Americans. They get on our lives, and they're like, prove you're indigenous. Like, do you have your card? Do you have a card? And so I just be like, yeah, I got my card. I got an enhanced ID. Do you have an enhanced ID? Because I had to show everybody. In order for you to get the enhanced ID, you got to give them back your birth certificate. Oh, here we go with this shit again.
Pretty soon we're gonna have that on our IDs.
Huh?
Pretty soon we're just gonna have that if we've been circumcised and not on our IDs. That'll be another.
I hope not.
Oh, some homie just went out. He's just out. He's like, I'm gonna circumcise myself from this. What?
The Divine's out too. Yep.
Okay. They just circumcised themselves from this live, bro.
This is what I have to do if I don't want to hear anything. I'm just gonna put the circumcised prompt up.
Yeah.
Why do you think people don't want to talk about this as well?
Because it's funny because it's something that everybody pretty much experiences, women and men, on one point or another. I mean, if a woman sees a dude that's not circumcised, they have thoughts. If dudes, it's something that's there all the time.
Right.
So it's a
Divine
taboo.
Yeah, it is a taboo. But Divine's issue is just the penis is like the image of a penis. She's
Well, put up a
disturbed.
yoni, man. Put up a yoni. We'll do some labiectomies. We'll talk about labiectomies.
Like
Labiectomies.
what do you want to see, Divine? Like, how do we explain circumcision without like showing like the
Let's put up the yoni, bro.
phallus?
We
The
got to balance
phallus.
it. Let's do the yonis.
Well, what are yonis?
Yoni, extended labias. You know.
Would that be their extra skin?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we were talking about, Nicole. We were saying because like general mutilation is not circumcision, right? So circumcision is only the skin, and I was saying how women also have skin over their lips, right?
Well, yeah. I've actually seen. I know women who've gone through labiectomies.
So what does that mean? They cut their skin off?
Yeah, they cut because they have a little, little extra.
Roast beef,
Little roast beef down there, bro. So they cut it off. And I know women who've gone through it. You know.
I mean, hey, maybe that's what I don't want to talk about. Hey,
I know women who should go through it. You know.
we need some women on the live. We need to ask some women.
I know, Divine. Are you one that needs labiectomies?
Stop.
I'm just asking.
That's why she don't want to come up here. She don't want to talk about it.
I'm the only guy. I'm the only one here now, bro. You scared them all off.
She don't want to talk about it, bro. Okay, so watch this live go from 1 viewer to 100. Okay, we just gotta start it up.
What are you tapping?
I'm tapping for the algorithm. I'm gonna share it. Hold on, give me a second. I'll share it. 808. 808, girl. Let's see.
I'll put some out there myself, man. Fuck it. Why not?
I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, Bay comes up. Bay, I want to hear Bay's perspective on this.
Bro, Bay don't want nothing to do with me, bro.
Bro, you're in love with Bay.
I love Bay. I love her.
I know you do.
I want to do it.
I'm trying to make it happen. Hold on.
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. I'm down. 4 fingers. 10 toes. She likes me, bro. She likes me. I didn't know what I said there. So
She might not be comfortable with. She might not be comfortable with.
You got 4 fingers. You got 1 thumb. You see what I'm saying?
1 for the stank.
10 for the pank.
Oh, speaking of the devil, there's Bay.
What, is Bay here?
Bay, come on up, Bay. We have a different subject, Bay. Maybe let's start this off.
Bay, I swear, I will not pick on you, love. I'll be absolutely cool. There's no reason. She was gone, bro.
Did she leave?
My balls there? I'm out.
Yeah. I mean, she usually comes up.
Well, it's because I'm here, bro. She won't come up where I'm up.
Not when you're here. Yeah. It's weird. I don't know
Why
what
do
you
you
did.
think why do you think she got a problem with me?
I don't know what you've done to her. I don't know what you said.
All I said was that she said that I was talking about get some co-op, and then she tried to say that I didn't know what I was talking about, and then I showed her my name, and now she ain't got nothing to say.
Damn,
The chances of her knowing more about my last name than me is very little.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Dun, dun.
Great, but but Divine's back. Divine just wants to. She doesn't want to see it, but she doesn't want to be on the panel while this is up, but she still wants to listen.
Well, it's crazy because she always got something to say.
Change the prompting. All right. How about this, Divine? You go. Oh, she left already. Okay, whatever. I was gonna say you pick the picture, and then we're still gonna talk about the same subject, but I feel like I don't know if she has kids. Maybe she circumcised her kids and she doesn't want to talk
Divine
about
got
it.
a kid, bro.
Okay. Is it a boy or girl?
I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but it's a new kid. I don't know.
Oh, really?
It's a new kid in town, bro.
Well, congrats. I would have congratulated her, but I don't know why she Yeah, I don't know why.
It's
I don't know
bro,
her. I don't know her reason why she doesn't want to talk about this. So
but Divine is so adorable. It's fucking hilarious. I don't know how she does it, but she manages to like center herself in every single live. But here's the funny thing is no one can get a word in.
not on
And
mine. Not on
she,
mine, Nicole. Not on mine. I'll
but
tell you
bro,
that. I
how does
love her
she do
too,
it?
but like, I
How
know.
does she do
Well,
it, bro?
they let her. They let her. No,
But
because
that's nothing. They let her.
she
They don't have a
commands
chance.
space. She commands space. You know.
She's amazing like that.
But I don't have an issue with that. I'm just saying, like on mine, I'd be like, all right, Divine, let's get back on topic, or let's, you know. And then today we did a great job of having two different thoughts of it, and she was patient enough to listen to somebody else, and we had a good conversation.
She's a severe talent with that. I mean, she could literally, dudes just have to like stand down for a sec because she's just like, she's adorable when she does it. And that's the weird thing about it. It's like, it's annoying but adorable at the same time. I just have to pay attention.
Yeah, Divine captures people's attention for sure.
She does. She's just good like that. I'm bragging about you, Divine.
Yeah, he is. I'm like, please, Divine on my platform. She ain't taking over my panel. I'm just joking away. Here, just okay, Divine. I know you're gonna be on the comments. Just hit the. I'll come up on one condition.
She's
okay,
demanding
exactly.
conditions now. Look at her, bro.
Yeah, exactly. No.
She's like, y'all ain't get my.
Her condition is to take off this prompt. I'm not gonna take it off.
Yeah, she's like, here's my requirements.
She sounds like a red carpet or something. I don't know who you think you are, Divine, besides being divine and all.
Well, she's divine. You know her name means. Her name means divine king. She didn't even bother with the queen. She's all, fuck the queen. I'm going with king.
She's the man and the woman.
Exactly.
I wear the pants in this relationship, Divine.
What was it? Give us your demands, Divine. Give us your demands. Let us know your conditions.
I already know her conditions.
She's like, you got 3 subjects you could talk about. Me.
If I was your husband, maybe I'd do it. Maybe.
You can talk about me, and me. And that's my requirements.
Facts.
I love you, Divine. Divine's the shit. You're the shit, baby. Straight up. I love you. I got big space in my heart for you.
Yeah, Divine's cool. She aight.
She's straight, man. She's straight up and down. She be giving him hell left and right.
She's straight and bi, for sure. But she don't want to talk about circumcision. That's crazy.
Yeah. Going down in numbers, bro. Going down in numbers.
Really are Divine. But it's all good. Like, we respect it, you know. Just she know what she's doing. She acting like she don't know.
No, you're not that self-absorbed. You're just, we were saying, it's not really self-absorption. It's like, you have a lot to say. Baby, I'm serious. Like, when you were talking to him was the Hotep about the process of that skull getting, solidified in limestone, he didn't want to hear you. And I already knew that you were talking truth. I knew what you were saying was right. That's why I had to make that post where I was like, look, here's what she said, and this is what the story of that particular skeleton is, and you nailed it. And I was just like, that dude had no fucking clue what he was talking about. He wasn't even talking. Did you notice that he wasn't even talking about the right skeleton? The one I was talking about had no skull, no feet. He brought up something that had nothing to do with the conversation at all. And that's what I was just laughing my ass off at him. I was just like, dude, you need to pull that head out. He didn't know what was going on. You did. He did not.
Pull that head out, no pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended, bro. Straight up.
Oh, here she comes.
In the house.
Here she comes, bro.
Just walking down. What's that, baby?
I said I had to use the restroom.
Hell yeah, it's true.
Did you have to pull it back?
No. I feel
They
like
were
if
talking
you're
about how men
uncircumcised,
have
do
to.
y'all have to like if you're uncircumcised, do you have to like
Mhm.
pull it back to do that?
So that's what we were talking about. We're talking about all the different scenarios where a pulling back scenario would happen, right? It depends if you have a small penis or not.
Yeah, some guys have to they have to sprinkle pepper until it sneezes and they catch it with tweezers.
But I mean, when women have skin, they almost have to pull it back so it doesn't just. You want a shoot, you want it straight across, like down. You want to aim for the toilet, right? But if you have skin that interrupts that, I'm sure it goes a bunch of different ways
No, it's not
as you
that
pee.
complicated. It's
Well,
not
maybe
that
for you not.
complicated.
Maybe for you not. So everything, it's a variety of different things for different people. We're not all the same.
Well, what I was saying about hypospadias is because, like, for instance, my son had hypospadias, right? And so we had to get him surgically circumcised because of that. Because I didn't want my baby having to go the rest of his life sitting down peeing.
Yeah,
That's
especially.
I hear you.
Yeah, I
That
wouldn't
makes
say-
sense. That
cool.
makes sense why you don't want to come up and talk about this.
But no.
I
But
get
I
it.
mean, like,
I get
How old-
that.
how old your boy?
There's a
What?
he's 2.
All right.
Yeah, but he got it. He got it when he was like I wanted to get him circumcised when he was a baby, but
that's the best.
no. But here they were just like, New York is all progressive and stuff, so none of the doctors wanted to do it.
He's coming up to that ghost train, age. You know what that is, right?
What's that?
Like psychologically, children at that point from 3 to about 7, they can learn up to like 5 languages at one time.
Oh yeah. He's already like telling me what and stuff, and close the door and crap and slamming the door. He's already slamming the door on me.
Damn.
Like he will run in his room and slam the
You
door.
gotta
I'm
put
like,
the cap
you
on
just
that real
turned
quick.
2.
Even at 2, my mom would slap my face off.
Mm-mm.
Swear to God.
But no, you want to know something funny? So like when I got, so we took him to the hospital to get circumcised, right? It's like weird though, but like when we got him circumcised, right? We go back to the hospital, and the doctor's like, "Oh, is that Jax? Oh, we know everything about Jackson." And I'm like, "Everybody knows Jackson." It was so funny. I was like, "Everybody know Jackson."
His name Jackson?
Yeah, that's his name.
That's a great name.
Yeah, and I spell it with an X, not like
Oh, even
the
better.
CK way. I don't like that. It's 5 letters. It's easy for him to learn how to spell. It's perfect. It's just perfect.
No, that's I love traditional names with alternative spellings, and I also like girls with like more masculine names. Like a friend of mine, she named her baby girl Jessie. Her middle name is James. Or so no, her first name is it James? It's one of those two, but it's like Jessie James is her name basically, but it's a girl, which I completely love.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, if we do have a girl, I don't know. I kind of want to give her a name like Isis or something.
Isis, I know a girl named Isis.
Yeah.
She's she's gorgeous.
Yeah, my dad, my husband doesn't want, no, my mom doesn't want me to call her Isis.
How long y'all been
I
married?
was like, no, Isis. Huh?
How long y'all been married?
1, 2, 3, about 4 years now.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. We've been together for almost like 7 years.
Oh, so you already hitting the 7-year itch. That's dope. So
All
if you
right.
get past
Oh,
this one,
thank God, right?
yeah, you'll be straight.
And they say the first, it's like 4 years when it's marriage, but they say the first year of marriage it's easy. It's just the second year of marriage is like, you got to get over that hump.
I was married for 10 years.
Still
Hey guys,
together?
I gotta
No.
leave for a little bit, but I'm gonna make you guys mods, and you guys run this, okay? Run it however the hell you guys
No,
want.
he ain't coming back. He ain't
Okay,
coming
if
back.
I run it, I'm
I
going
am
to change
coming
the
back.
prompt.
I'm
He
coming
ain't coming
back.
back. I already know he ain't coming
No,
back.
Divine. Come on, I feel like we could all learn a little something.
Fine, let's change the picture. We ain't talking circumcision.
How
I
you
know once
think?
I make you guys mods, you guys really can't change whatever you guys want to. Well, Divine, if we you just want me to change the picture but stick to the topic, or you want to speak?
Yeah, that's fine. I just don't want this thing
How
in my
about
face.
Like literally.
girl?
Like literally, the word
All
penis
right.
is like
Here.
right
You guys are
underneath
in
my
charge.
head.
You guys are in charge. You guys are in
He'll
charge.
come
Hey,
back.
but leave my African people alone, okay? Have some respect, all right? Um, but here, let me make you mods because I don't know if you are.
I think I
Yo,
better be
look, me
mod.
being on your pod is getting me in trouble because now everybody's calling me African in my groups that are indigenous. It's like, we
That's what
see you in
happens.
those
Hey, that's what happens to me fucking
African.
with.
You're
That's what
African.
happens with me fucking with you, Divine, and you, Nigual. But I take it. I take it. I take that
I
shit.
don't
All
give a
right.
fuck about
You
people.
get shit for me being here? That's fucked up.
No, I get shit for like allowing you guys, but I don't give a fuck either. Like they're not running anything on my shit.
Yeah,
You
let's
get
talk
shit
about
for
these. Let's
allowing
talk
me?
about. I want to talk about these little albino kids because I think that's very interesting. You know what, Nicole? I think that I don't think that we make albino kids like Africans do.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, I
Like their
I
kids
haven't looked
come
into the
out
subject yet.
pale. Like we have albino kids, right? But albino kids don't be looking like that.
That's the kids right there.
But is that I don't think those other kids are African.
No, that she's from Brazil.
That's crazy.
Here, I'm gonna get the picture a little better. Hold up. Check it. Oh, everyone, be right back. Okay, I got you. Here I am again.
No, I'm here. I'm looking for my headphones.
Oh, can't let y'all see that shit.
No, I really want to make a pie. Like I'm hungry. Where is my headphone? I hate when I lose stuff. Hold on. I'll be back. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Um, I don't have battery. Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
But anyway, I keep losing my headphones. I don't even know where it's at. But But no, like I don't know. I feel like Black Americans don't make kids like that. Like we have albinos, but I have never seen an albino that pale. Never. Maybe maybe red hair.
I mean, how
A
many times have you
Jewish
seen an albino? I haven't seen many. I think I've seen one.
Black American community.
No, just an albino. Period. Just one albino my whole life.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of like we have albinos, right? Like I've been around them, but they don't look like that albino. You know? They're like a what can I say? Man, I can't even explain it. It's like a they got color. They got a little bit of color. I mean, they ain't too far off from them, but their hair is like it's a dirty blonde or like a reddish blonde. Their skin is the same color, but everything is darker. That it's not straight blonde. It's like a little bit of hue and color to them. And no, they're straight up albino. It's just it's just only their skin is that color, and everything else is like, for instance, like when I go out in the sun, right? My hair, in low light, my hair is black, my skin is dark or natural tone, right? My eyes are dark, it's dark brown. But when I get in the sun, my eyes are amber and my hair is copper color. So that's the same way with the albinos here. Like they have like our like when they get in the sun, they have light, they have color to them.
You know what's weird is
Only
that
thing
she actually kind of has similar phenotypical facial features as you do. Not like
yeah.
not exactly, but there are similarities that I've seen. And you actually remind me of a cousin of mine whose name is Cresta. That she also has similar facial phenotype features.
No, that's the indigenous phenotype. The nose, like that nose is an indigenous nose.
I hadn't thought
It's
about it,
not
but I'm starting to see that more often. I've never really judged by phenotypes in the past because I'm just so weary. To me, it's like phrenology, but I'm starting to see more patterns emerge as people bring them to my awareness.
like that nose phenotype is similar to like some of my cousins, but like the indigenous nose, like the ones with the like, how can I explain it? So there's two types of indigenous nose. You have that Olmec type nose, right? Which that's what my cousin have. They have like Olmec nose, right? We have like the button Horton hears a who nose, right? I call it the Horton hears a who nose. And
Yeah.
then you have the like my mom's nose. She has like the true like indigenous nose. Like it's long and humpy a little bit and narrow. It's like straight up like how can I explain it?
Yeah, I'm still weary about you know making any type of judgments off of phenotypes, but I'm willing to like I'm a little more open in seeing phenotypical similarities to try to like I'm just like because I've seen so many that have challenged my own beliefs about any type of thing, you know. So I'm like, to me, judging off of phenotypes is really it's a it does certain people wrong, you know. But when I look at now after all this time, when I look at Africans like straight continental Africans put side by side with American blacks, you know, whether it be North America or South America, I definitely see phenotypical differences where I wouldn't necessarily say, hey, that like I wouldn't say that most of the so-called black people I see here on the continent, I wouldn't say that they're African. I mean, just because it's so dramatic, the differences.
Oh, why can't I share a picture? Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to share.
Oh, here, you gonna put it on big screen?
Well, it's not letting me
Here, hold
scan
on.
like I
There you
can't
go.
well it's not about it being big screen. It's just it won't
We'll let you pull up a
I
pic.
can't yeah, I can't slide it to get to the pictures.
Huh.
Like it's only letting me
Are you?
But anyway, you see how my nose is right
Yeah.
here?
Yep. You look like my friend Krista, my cousin Krista.
Like this nose.
Yeah. And see, we
That's
go back to
the Olmec nose.
oh jeez,
But I
this
can't.
woman.
Why can't I get?
She has a similar nose where it's a button nose, like you said.
Yeah. That Horton Hears a Who, and the other
That's the
nose is what
cutest.
my mom has. That right Horton Hears, but it's like this, like the real like Native American nose, right? The real one, like people you could clearly see it's super long and
Oh
narrow
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
with a little bit of hump. My mom has that nose.
Yeah,
So it's a lot of Black Americans with that type of
like
nose,
the long
It's just that it's
bridge.
not like, yeah, but it's not like promoted, like, because they only promote like one type of Black American phenotype. And that's the crazy part. Like they don't promote Black Americans like this girl in the picture. When most Black Americans look like this girl in the picture.
So when I see traditional like Mayan sculptures, I see the elongated bridge nose, but when I see the Olmecs, I see the broad, short button nose. Horton Hears a Who nose. So just knowing
Yeah.
that, those two types of noses have existed here on this continent, both North and South America, I can't. That's why I cannot fairly make any type of judgment and say this person is from here, this person's from not, based off of phenotypes. I'm just not. I think that there's been too much travel, and too many ethnicities have been come through the Americas and gone out the Americas, that to with confidence say that some type of phenotype is originated here it wouldn't be fair. I could say that there's certain types that have frequented here. Yeah, I could say that there's some that I would say that are definitely familiar to this territories.
Okay, let me show you. So there's two different types of nose, right? That both my grandmothers and my mom and all of them have. Okay, so this is like on my mom's side. Like this is the nose they have. Okay, let me do that.
We'll put you a big screen here. Look, there you go.
That nose, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah. I mean, come on now. Yeah. And that girl in the picture that I just showed, she has the same type of nose.
right. And this is just like a button nose. And the only reason why I have this nose like that is not as flat as this is because
Oh, you froze up, girl.
that look just like this. And then I got my mom's nose that looks like this with the little hump on it.
A little bridge, yeah, over the bridge.
Yeah, this is the nose that my mom has and my grandmother and my great grandmother and all of them. But on my that my mom has and my grandmother and my great grandmother and all of them. But on my dad, I came out with this nose because it's like it looks like that nose in the front, but if you look on the side, it kind of points out. So I mean, honestly, is somebody trying to come up? You like somebody trying to come up?
Is someone trying to come up? Come on. Oh, I thought there was somebody there.
And of course, like you can't go based off of just phenotypes of like where somebody is, right? But I'm gonna be honest, like with me, like I'll just say something, and you won't have no scientific like facts on it, but it's just it's just something like that. That's how my mom is. She's like, she'll say the almost off the wall shit, right? And we'll be like, Mom, that doesn't even make sense. 20 years later, it makes sense. And 20 years later, scientists come out and say everything. Like, I'm gonna tell you a perfect example. So back when I was like 10 years ago, right? My knees, like I would have real problems with my nervous system, right? Like my knees, my joint pains and things like that. And so I would always have like this stabbing in my feet. Like it really, really hurts. And I'm like, this shit hurts. Like, why am I feel like every time I walk, it feels like somebody's stabbing me. My mom kept saying, put a nicotine pack on. So I'm just like, what? Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about? And she just kept saying that over and over again when I was a kid, right? And so over time, I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. So again, the condition is getting worse and worse because I have an autoimmune condition, right? So it's getting worse and worse. So I go back to my mom. I'm like, my feet is killing me. I don't know why it feels like it's stabbing me. And she said, I've been telling you this for years to put a nicotine pack on. And so I keep telling her, I'm like, I don't smoke. What are you talking about? What does that have to do with my feet being feeling like it's like somebody's stabbing me, right? And so out of nowhere, I was like, you know what? Let me go and buy this nicotine pack. Put the nicotine pack, the pain stops. The pain completely stops. So last year, come to find out, go to my mom's house. I go, oh my God, mom, you were right. The nicotine pack actually works. And she said, yeah, I've been telling you this. And she literally pulls an article from a case study that just happened literally last year, where scientists are coming out to say that when you put a nicotine pack on, it actually helps with your nervous system and pain relief with joints. This is a new study.
It's funny because I've read something about this somewhere. I know I have.
Exactly. So when I asked my mom about this, right, I said, how did you know that? And she was like, and this is when I knew my mom was indigenous, right? Because nobody knows stuff like that unless you are like of the
Into
land. You right?
the
It's like
plants.
into plants and stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't know how she understands this stuff, but she just knows this stuff, right? Similar to like how they used to say, oh, if you want to know what color skin your baby gonna be, look at the back of the ear. Like, where the fuck did that come from? Like, how did y'all come up with the back of the ear? Like, what? It's just stuff like that. It's like how, or putting an onion in your baby's sock when they're asleep and they'll knock out a cold.
Yeah, onions have a vast amount of healing properties. Most people aren't attuned to them.
Right. Like these are clearly indigenous, like ancient practices. So if Black Americans are not indigenous, why do we know indigenous ancient stuff that are grown in the Americas?
I mean, yeah.
Why is it when why is it that when I have a breakout, my mom tells me to go get some cornmeal and some sugar and oil and rub it on my face, and it will knock out any acne and give you smooth skin. So, I mean, I just don't understand this whole thing. Like, oh, we're not indigenous to the land. If we were indigenous to the land, then why do we know how to use indigenous things in the land? Perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, do we just get off the boat and just like, yep, here we go? And I know this is like a stereotype when it comes to Native Americans and tobacco, but I kid you not, like, chewing tobacco has always been a thing in my family. They don't like that smoking. They have to chew it.
Yeah.
Every last one of them, from my grandmother. I think my mother was the last person to chew tobacco. I don't do it, right? Because I had a terrible experience with that, right? So I remember my grandmama, she was to chew the tobacco and spit it in her Coca-Cola cup, right? And so one day I reached over and thought her cup was my cup and swallowed it. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
It was the worst thing ever.
I've done that myself. I used to chew tobacco.
But look, these are still these stereotypical things that indigenous people, like from the Americas do. They do that stuff. So I don't never see the African saying I need a nicotine pack or I need to go and get some tobacco, like go get my tobacco or something like that from the corner store or some shit like that. They don't do that. I'm not saying it ain't possible. It's just I be thinking about these normal stuff like Coca-Cola in BC. Of course, that's a Black American thing, Coca-Cola in BC. But what is this picture about?
That was just Sage uses it to like combat the fact that so-called Black folks hate from the Americas. But I'm just like, you know, like if he wants to bring that up, then he also brings up the Olmec head, and he's like, you know, there's that one meme where they show a bunch of Central Americans that are supposedly they have the same nose and features. I'm like, so they split the face of the Olmec statue head and they put the brown person next to him, and I'm like, that doesn't look anything like the Olmec head. I'm like, I'm sorry, but it doesn't look like it.
And what? Who is that?
Well, Sage. So they use that stupid meme. I think I have it actually, but they use that meme to like draw comparisons to the indigenous people that are there right now to the Olmec heads, and it just doesn't look to me. It doesn't look like the same people. But they use that meme to try to combat the fact that
Niguel. I'm sorry, I just got back in and I heard that, and I hate that one too. But it's more like you look like them still. You're just not melanated.
See that? Here's the one thing, man. I've always tried to figure this out. I don't know what the fuck I look like, bro. Like I honestly don't know. I look at my face in the mirror. I'm like, I don't know what I look like. Because for me, I guess I just look at myself, but I'm like, I can't place. I look kind of red dot. I look kind of Mayan, but not really. To me, I don't know.
But this is the thing that people keep not understanding, that just like over there, they had different colors of people. We had different colors of people here that were indigenous. Like the more north you went, if you was near ice and stuff, they had lighter skin and different texture hair and stuff. It was just the more you south you go to the equator, their hair and their skin and their nose and all that became like more African, Negroid looking. But like I wouldn't, I would not be surprised Siberian Huskies were over here when we were over here. The Siberians were over here. Remember, Siberian used to actually be part of the Americas in ancient times. Because people forget that those continents were combined. Where Alaska is, before the great ice age, all of that stuff was combined.
Well, I mean that's suspect. I mean, no one really knows that for sure.
I think so. I know it's a theory, but I anything is possible. You know, like there was different colors everywhere. Yeah, I'm not convinced.
See, some of these are not as bad as the other one I've seen, but even so, I mean, when I look at the Olmec heads, there's people from Central America that actually say, "Look, black people were here." There's scholars that are giving tours in the Mayan ruins, and they're saying, "No, black people were here." You know, I'm like, how can you refute that?
Right. I've seen that too.
From that area, they're saying that black people were there.
Even the statue says "Negro" this or
yeah. I'm like, how can you refute that?
So, wait, the statues are saying Negro.
They're saying some of them, not all of them. So there's this one dude that passed away, and remember the Ivan Van Sertima one dude, but he has a bunch of relics and stuff that they've tried to like keep away or bury, but like he's this white dude just explaining how these relics are Negro features. These are Negro people in America before Columbus. And but what I wanted to say about these pictures, man, they can look how they look today, but if anything, they have the remnants of those features still, just not fully melanated the way black people in America were in their original form, you know. So they still are giving credit to the original man, but all they're doing is changing their
But this is the crazy part. Why do everybody think that Black Americans were these super melanated people?
Okay, copper colored, Divine, whatever.
No, I'm not.
What I'm saying, Divine, what I'm saying is, for these people, the people that call you Wabos, right? The true in the redheads and the Siberians, even the Mexicans, right? Because at this point, it's not really even the indigenous people saying this. There's no competition. They're not like being like, we are better than you and we are it's these pseudo people that are putting these pictures up compared to other natives and be like, these are the original people, not you, right? So I'm talking about those people. if the features fit the same features that you have, but you just don't happen to be as melanated as the original people, right? Whether they be copper colored or like Egyptians, right? Like the white Egyptians, like those Arabs or whatever trying to claim Egypt. They're not the original people, but since they're there, they have confiscated their history and said that they're the ones that created all that stuff, right? Without giving credit where credit is due. I feel like this is the same thing that's happening with what Nagual is showing. But again, Nagual, just remember that those people that they took pictures of and put side to side, those aren't the people arguing with, those aren't the people. That's other people putting those pictures up and saying these people are the original. Like,
No, I know that for
these
sure.
people, yeah, these people's creation story, they would never even argue about stuff like this. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there.
Can I show y'all
Yeah,
this?
yeah, put your mod, Divine. You can put yourself up.
I don't have my.
You do. I
I
gave it
can't.
to you.
I can't.
I gave you mod powers. You got mod power. You can do whatever Nicole's doing. But here, I'll put you up. I'm just saying.
No, it's not letting me. Maybe I gotta go do something in the settings or something. I don't know.
Maybe it says that you have mod. Yeah, hold on. Give me a second.
So this is Lisa. I forgot her last name, but she is part of the Shinnecock Nation tribe here in New York, and actually in the Hamptons. So the Shinnecock Nation actually used to be all of that place where all them rich people live, and they took all their land. This is the chairman.
Oh yeah, I know her. Yeah, I've seen her before.
And then here's like another picture, right, of the children that are, all the people when
Yeah,
they have their tribes, like when they're having like
yeah.
these are real a Shinnecock tribe. So I'm like, why do we think that these indigenous people are like a certain, like she looks like my grandmama? Still another Shinnecock tribe. Here they are again.
Yeah, and mind you,
Like,
I said melanated. I didn't say African. Divine.
but
I
these
just said.
people would have been mistaken
Mhm.
as African.
Well, not for an I mean, again, you're speaking to the people that want to make that true, Divine. Not all Africans are going to try to make you an African.
They're going to make him African. He's a full blood Shinnecock. They're going to make her African. She's a full blood Shinnecock.
The people you're arguing with online are going to try to make him African. The African people in Africa can tell the difference.
Shinnecock tribe. Full blown Shinnecock. I'm dead ass. Like, I'm not lying about this. Like, Shinnecock. Shinnecock Nation. The children. Shinnecock.
I don't
Same
know.
hair texture as I do.
That looks like a Spider-Man to me.
Right. Maybe Spider-Man is a Shinnecock. Look at these cuties. Still, this is on the Instagram reservation, the Indian reservation. Shinnecock boys. This is another George Jermaine Smith. He's chairman of the Shinnecock. Remember, this is one of the most wealthiest like lands in the country. We're talking about the Hamptons. The Hamptons. The Hamptons. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Diddy, Hamptons. This is their land that was stolen from them. So, yeah.
See, and I wonder how. Oh shit! How the fuck do I do this? Hold on. So I'm seeing so many different types of phenotypes. I wonder how these people like, because they don't look Mexican to me, and these are Californians.
Yeah, they look like this girl right here. Put her up. This one right here. That's what she looked like.
These are the Ohlone people of where I'm from.
Yeah, and
The Bay
they don't
Area,
listen.
Santa Cruz. Yeah,
And you can clearly tell by their hair texture, right?
there's a
Because I
there's
can
a
easily achieve this hair textures that they have up here.
that
With
Absolutely.
Bear Grease. Listen,
no, that's not even bear grease. That's literally like rollers and a hair wrap. Same hair
Well,
textures.
yeah.
no, we were talking about Bear Grease last time, Divine. That's why I brought it up. But
Oh.
remember, like they didn't know that black people can straighten their hair back then. Like we didn't need no straighteners. Like they had their natural ways of straightening their hair.
Yeah, they really was like, they're not African. They have straight hair.
I mean, the fact that people tried to place people in certain,
Black people can straighten their
continents
hair.
because of their hair is fucking retarded. It's just, to me, it's like the stupidest thing ever. I'm like, look, you cannot place a people somewhere just because. And when we got cats like this saying the Negro type is seen in the most ancient Mexican sculpture, the Negroes figure frequently in the most remote regions of the American pueblos. I mean, why would he say something? Why would he say something that isn't true? I mean, he's a scholar. Yeah, it's like he has no interest in saying. He's not going to make any money from saying it. He's definitely not going to be liked for saying it. Yet here he is saying it.
I mean, just like Samuel Morton. I mean, nobody likes him, but he definitely wrote in his book that
Tender,
the Indian people look
we got the homie down here,
Negroid.
the Pretendians. Well, come on, bro.
Oh
Show me
Lord,
what you got, bro.
That's just Tether. He's always doing that. The Negro
Tether.
type is seen in the most ancient Mexican sculpture. The Negroids figure frequently in the most remote traditions of some America pueblos. It is also seen in a race that doubtlessly belongs to the most ancient skeletons, despite from the Red American race, which have been around in various places from Bolivia to Mexico. So you got to remember, what if these people were originally like Negroid features and then they got colonized by another indigenous American people? Just like the white tea people over there would start colonizing black people that are. What if there was some white tea Indians that were just colonizing black Indians? Can we not? We can see that or some shit like maybe there was some Indians that were some colonizers. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, we got what's his name? Sexual chocolate. Yeah, because that's the dopest profile picture.
Just let your soul flow.
Bro, that's a dope.
Just
That is a
let
dope
it
picture, bro.
shine.
Yeah, this is my troll account. What up?
How goes, family? How you doing,
Peace,
bro?
everybody. Peace, family. What's up, Divine?
Man, I just
Not
the
bad,
memories
not
that come
bad. I'm
back to
actually
you.
playing my game right now. I was just trying to find a live to listen to, man. Ain't nobody live right now. Today is kind of lame.
Yeah,
But I'm happy y'all live.
well, Sammy, I'm happy you came up on the live, fam.
Hell yeah, I ain't doing shit. I'm literally just on PS5 right now. I'm bored as hell.
Nice. Well, welcome to the fucking live. Oh, let us know your age, your ethnicity, right, where you're from, that type of thing, man. If you could, please.
All right. Well, I'm 40. I'm from Kansas City. And yeah, I'm American Indian.
Nice, man. Welcome to the panel, bro.
Peace.
Yeah, you got anything to say on what we've been pitching out here, man? You just strolling through.
Just listening and all, and you know, I just literally released some content like 2 days ago, and literally my content was just showing a whole bunch of different white tea people with the last name Black.
With the last name, that's funny because you see a lot of them with Schwartz. Their last name Schwartz, Stewart, same thing, but just
Yeah, because they descendants from them black Europeans over there in Europe.
So I'm like, if we've been historically known as Black, why have our last names always been brown, white, and green? If you want to talk about the color spectrum, you don't find us with the last name Black.
That's a good.
You know what? That is
thought to ponder.
strange though, because ain't no, I've never met a black
Yeah, I haven't
with
actually.
a last
You
name.
get stage names like Black Rob or something like that, but yeah, we don't have last names as Black. You
It's
got Michael
crazy.
Blackson, who's an African.
And that's not his real name. That's his stage name.
Yeah, that's a stage name too, though.
Well, let's remember, guys, that black also is a German term. for pale. So we forget.
Oh, that's in
Yeah,
my
Blanc.
content.
Yeah,
I
Blanc.
explained it in my content. Yeah, it starts off as bleach, blank, pale, and even in Black's Law, pale and unalive is related, and you can look biblical for that with "Behold, a pale horse."
Yeah, the pale horse reference. I forgot about that one. Yeah, because like if us melanated people get pale, there's something wrong with us. we're getting sick.
Yep.
I get pale all the time. Like, soon as winter comes, I turn
That
very,
ain't
very
pale. You
red.
just lost your tan. I lose my tan too and lighten up a little bit because I'm not in the sun as much. But as soon as the sun come back up, when we pass, the winter solstice or whatever, we start getting dark again. And that kind of, to me, relates us more to the human plant origin story.
Guys, I
I'm not
want you to
gonna lie
hear.
though. Like, this is me
So,
with a tan.
who is that white girl?
That's what they be. No, see, that's me with a tan.
They say you just passing. You've been passing.
Well, I'm literally my grandmother. She's like a replica of me. This is my grandmother.
That's crazy because she looks indigenous.
Yeah, that nose I was telling you
That
about.
nose, and the eyes even the way her eyes
Yep.
lead down to the bridge of her nose.
Yeah, and then this is her mother. Let me show you her mother. hmm I can't find her mother right now.
What up,
But
Bluto?
until I find it, here's another picture of my great
Yo,
grandmother.
what up?
That's a full Lumbee right there. You can
Didn't they
clearly
just
tell
they
she
just got
Lumbee Nation.
federally recognized, right? Just recently.
Yeah, but she's not full. Like, she can't be fully recognized because she moved to Mississippi when she left.
Oh,
So
Bluto Blue.
they make it strict now because you have to live there in order to be considered Lumbee.
Oh
So I
shit.
can't get that name. But you can clearly look at her. She looked like one of those Melungeon or Lumbee tribes. That's what they look like back then. That's some of them. I mean, but that's and that's only because you know when I say that when I say my parents or my great grandparents were documented, you have to understand that people that look like them got documented, and people who didn't look like them didn't get documented, right? And so it was a colorism thing when it came to indigenous people. Like, they only allowed people that look white tea or close to being mixed. Like, they have to look either white tea or mixed with indigenous and white tea in order to get indigenous recognition. But you also have to understand that these people, like her and the rest of my grandparents that look just like her, right? Some of them chose not to assimilate. And so they had to default into the reclassification of Black. My family just got lucky to be in the Indian rolls is because they were light skinned. But if they were dark skinned, I would not have proof that they were indigenous, even though they were indigenous. That's
You
why
know,
I tell people all the time, I can give a flying crap what people say about me. I know my family is indigenous because we have paperwork to prove it. I got paper to prove they were on that shit, and I got paper to prove that they were kicked off that shit.
Demond,
A
our
lot of
genes are
Black
strong.
Americans don't have that. Exactly.
So look at
Those are
this. This is
full
the
indigenous people.
This is the chicken hominy girl, right?
Hmm.
Say chicken hominy girl, 1918. Now check this out. I'm about to show you a picture, literally, of my daughter.
The girl on the right, her eyes are crazy.
There's my daughter.
Yeah.
You see, I'm like,
I'm not even chicken hominy. I'm Cha Cha.
Right.
At least I haven't. I don't know any chicken hominy in me, but literally side by side. When I see her, and my daughter actually has a twin. She looks more like her than she does her twin.
Exactly.
It's funny because some people just can't see it, but for me, I've conditioned myself enough to when I see so-called black folks, I can. To me, I see them as indigenous, but I know a lot of cats out there. They're just so brainwashed. They would. It has to be like that stereotypical leather face, featherhead type image. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like
That
this
that,
is my brother.
that image just made me.
People think my brother is Hispanic, and he's not. And this is on a good day when he has a tan. When he don't have a
¿Qué
tan,
pasó,
they think he's
compa? ¿Cómo
white.
estamos, hermano?
That's what that's what I'm saying. They think he's Hispanic.
Man,
We
they be
all
calling
look
me
the
African
same.
all the time. I get called African like at least once a week on this app. Not that I look
Yeah,
African, but it's just from cats coming up here just thinking that they have something to say because
yeah. I be telling people all the time, I know we ain't African. I don't care what nobody say. These are not African people. This is my great grandmother. She was on the freaking tribe. She has that button hair in her ears and who knows.
yeah, it's got
Like,
no bridge on the nose.
yeah. Like you can clearly tell that these people are indigenous. Like, come on. Like, but they all guess what? They all were classified. Every person I've showed you that one of my great I showed you one that damn near looked like she could have been a white woman. They were all classified as Negroid. That's it, or black. That clearly shows like these are people in the 1900s that was misclassified. Literally on the indigenous road one year, and the next year they was considered on the federal roads as Negro. Now, how you go from Indian to Negro on paper in a matter of 10 years?
You know who else has some unique phenotypes? Vibes.
You said what?
Vibes has a very unique phenotype.
Yeah, most Hispanic people, they still got indigenous in them.
My
They
paperwork
still
wasn't
got it.
hard because my grandma was literally born on reservation in Oklahoma, and literally she went to Booker T. Washington after it was rebuilt after the whole Black Wall Street bullshit that went on down there.
Yeah,
So
like
tracing my family wasn't hard at all. Like literally, I'm just a generation off of a reservation.
exactly.
Do y'all ever
And
follow Samuel? There's a guy here, Samuel Hilukio. He's a content creator. If you,
I know Samuel C. Are you talking about him?
yeah, Samuel C. Exactly.
Yeah.
But like I consider myself to be one of the best researchers that I've ever seen. But that guy is so sharp, and he is
Oh yeah.
so yeah,
Samuel's a
Samuel.
genius.
Yeah, he's so good at research. I'm just like, man, like every time he has a live, I have to go see what he's doing just because he's always doing something new. He's always getting to some new paperwork, and he is so adamant on getting to it. I mean, he gets down to the bottom. He's able to prove a lot of these theories that so-called black folks have about their own indigeneity. I'm just like, yeah. I mean, like, not only that, he's going like just today he was going in surnames and how they were assigned to certain people and getting into the actual logs. And I mean, if you haven't checked him out yet, Divine, go look for this guy. He's an amazing researcher, highly specified.
what's his name?
Well, he used to go by Samuel C. Now he goes by Samuel Hilukio or something like that. But I'll refer you to him. I'll send him your way. He is
Yeah,
one of the
text me his or DM me the
yeah.
name and
He
stuff.
is incredible. I mean, one of the best researchers I've ever seen in my whole life.
You're right. So did y'all ever hear about this?
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I haven't. It's funny because I haven't gone into that research.
Yeah, I came across this girl and she like pretty much like debunks like the US like and Americas and the like how they be saying that there was nothing over here but TPs. And she's like showing all these different like ancient advanced civilizations in the Americas and stuff. And some in Indonesia and stuff too. So it was like the Asias and the Americas. And honestly, this is my favorite like picture like I want to go see this because I'm like, this is bomb. Like, who made this?
That's South America, right?
I don't even know.
This
I thought this was Indonesia. It might be South. She said right here, advanced civilizations in the U.S., but I think it's like all the Americas. But I definitely want to go see that because how? Like, this dude got a 12, 14 pack. How
yo,
did they
Devon, let me
do
ask you,
that?
just a little off topic. Devon, wasn't you around when that bullshit with like B4All and Natural and all them had to fall out and shit?
Be for real and
B4All,
natural.
uh and Swarthy and Signs of the Conscious Mind. Like
Familiar with
everybody
the
had like a big
stuff.
ass fallout. You
Yeah, I'm
wasn't
They
familiar.
you
their
wasn't around for
names
that?
sound familiar. Or what is it? A FBA group, Indigenous group,
No,
an
no,
African
they all
group? What were they?
indigenous. They all indigenous. My
B
bad.
for
My bad. I'm playing this game. I
But
thought
what,
no.
you
I'm
might have
trying
been
to
on the
think. I
panel or
don't think
something
so.
with them.
what was it
How
about,
long
man?
ago was it?
This just happened like a month or two ago.
Yeah, I'm familiar
Oh
with it,
no,
but I wasn't
I
really
wasn't
sure what
because
it was
I was
about.
sick. Yeah, I
Oh,
fell out
okay.
because I was sick. Like I was gone for like 30 days
I was about
last
to say
month.
because Samuel got on the panel with him because he actually kind of fell out with Natural too.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
I mean,
he
I
actually
fell
got
out
on the
with a
panel
couple
with
of
him.
them this like literally it's some hours ago.
I noticed
Oh
Natural
shit.
started putting up some stuff
We went clean off on them.
about the Olmecs that I wasn't. It didn't align with my personal logs, so I was like a little disappointed because he's usually very good in his documentation, but from what I saw with one of his more recent posts, it didn't agree with my log. So
It say some crazy shit about the Olmecs didn't build no pyramids or something.
yeah, I think that was the big beef about that one specific post that he made. Like, no one can substantiate that the Olmec is their title, anyways. So that was a big thing in my personal view, but I didn't understand the whole beef with that created the fallout.
Oh yeah.
So
No, it was just some. It was
how do
on
I
some
make
other
myself
shit
a
that they
mod
fell out
vibes?
about.
Do you know any of it, Randy?
It was more on some ego shit, for real, for real.
All right, all right.
Yeah, it was on some, like some ego shit. It was real. It's some real childish shit. That and just a lot of motherfuckers was disagreeing about shit. Motherfuckers was getting abusive and putting on personas. That's just from what I hear. So I can't really substantiate all the allegations and shit that's all out there. But for the most part, it was on some ego shit. People didn't want to have integrity.
Are you a content creator, huh? I just saw you're a content creator. I followed you, by the way, man. Thanks for
Yeah, I
following
make
me.
I make videos and shit. I hop on panels every once in a while, but I really don't be getting on panels too much because I don't have the patience really to talk to strangers. I'm kind of an introvert, bro, and all my life I'm from the hood, so I had disagreements and shit. We solved it in the street. I'm just gonna be honest. Like I'm 40 now, so I'm a little bit more chill, but I still don't have the patience to be sitting up here talk, just having disagreements with a whole bunch of strangers and shit like that.
Yeah, it's strange for me. Like, I had a BitChute channel for like 5 years, and never once did I ever show my face. But getting onto TikTok, I noticed that a lot of the successful content creators, they don't really show documentation. All I was into was showing documentation.
Uh
So
huh.
I would get on here and then and kind of be forced to show my face.
Hell yeah.
So
Shit, I'll
I'm
put
just
out some. I'll put out some shit. I've been out here for at least 4 years, probably close to 5 years. I've been on TikTok, so I'm known by a lot of the bigger content creators and shit. And I don't put out a couple shits like nobody knew shit about the Ethiopian Ocean until I fucking put that shit out, and a whole bunch of other shit. But I never try to take credit for shit. That's the thing. Only thing it kind of bothers me, when people like put out some of the talking points I done put out, and then I walk in the room and nobody knows who I am. I'm like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. Y'all done said some shit I done put out, and yeah, nobody in here know who the fuck I am. That's kind of wild, but it is what it is. I don't want the scrutiny anyway.
yeah, it took me a while to figure out. Like, I have 20 years under my belt research, and it took me like I spent like 3 months just kind of chilling back, listening to people, watching people from a distance, kind of seeing what they had, gauging them out, seeing how I would measure up to them. And then it wasn't until recently I started releasing material. But I'm only into following people who really that are content creators themselves.
Yeah, I just started doing this like a couple months ago. I just got on TikTok Live and saw people were talking, and I just jumped in, and I haven't shut up since. I didn't even know TikTok Live was a thing until a couple months ago, because I was like, "Oh, people are really getting on live and talking to each other." Because it kind of reminded me of Clubhouse. I was like, "Oh, this is like Clubhouse."
Yeah,
I was comfortable doing on Clubhouse, so
Vibes have been
Clubhouse was live.
Vibes been coaching me on how to start to go live. I did my first 3.5 hours for 3 days, and now in the next few days I'm going to go for my first live. I'm it's kind of nerve wracking because I'm like, I have so much to cover and I don't know where to start. Maybe y'all can give me some ideas while we're here. Why not? You guys got any ideas on
Yeah,
what type of
you
topics that
can.
you'd like to see?
You need to start with those haplogroups, because them haplogroups need to be broken down. I follow that girl that you follow, that she breaks it down. Like, she
Yeah,
pulls
she's
out
really
the
good.
articles and shows you about the what's it called, the TDP or something like
She's like
that.
the True North, I think is her name.
Yeah, and she just goes in on like how they debunking all that haplogroups and stuff.
No, she's really
But
good.
yeah, like, I like when you talk about the haplogroups and DNA and debunking that stuff.
All right.
I think more people need to understand scientific theory,
Agreed.
because that's what happened when we were on Black's Live. Like, you was literally debunking what they were saying, and they didn't get it. Like, I was like, dude, and when you left, I was like, dude, do y'all know what a scientific theory is, and like how to make a hypothesis and to prove and disprove certain things? Like, did y'all miss that whole part in elementary school?
Divine, like they were all. It was funny because they were all like against you, and I'm like, she's 10 toes. You were there on your own, and what you were saying, like you were kind of in defense of me, but more in defense of the science itself. So you were in defense of like saying no. What he was saying is he can't substantiate anything, and therefore he has no position. But they just couldn't get that shit.
No. But I don't know, like, I feel like Black been doing a little bit better, because at first he'll never get better with the indigenous stuff. But as far as dragons, these motherfuckers love dragons. Like, they believe dragons. They'll come on my post, right? When we talking to dragons, they believe that shit, right? But they don't believe when I tell them I'm indigenous. But when I tell them that dragons exist, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming." Like, it's
That's
like,
hilarious.
dude,
Shit.
like, I'm not yours, up yours, or something like that. You remember him, up yours? So he made this post. Let me show you. Like, he made this picture. It's a dope ass picture too, because I use it as my like my prompt stuff. Let me show you. So he made this picture, right? And I got it from Vibes, right? Because I was like, "Oh, this is dope. I want to put this as my like talking points. Like, dude, dragon is this." And then Up Yours came on my post, right? Now, mind you, Up Yours hates me because I'm always talking about how I'm indigenous, right? But he didn't want to hear nothing about me being indigenous. But when I started talking about these motherfuckers right here, and how the indigenous people are the masters of these motherfuckers, now they believe me, right? Now they're like, "Oh, it makes sense. We are indigenous because indigenous people hold the power to the dragon." Now they believe me. They don't even want to believe me when I say these motherfuckers right here hold the power to dragons. But before that, if we just indigenous, they weren't trying to hear that. They weren't hearing that. Damn, what just happened?
Damn, what happened? They got quiet.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with TikTok. Like, it just freezes on me.
Evidence of dragons. Like I don't mean like a picture that you saw of like the Ark. I'm talking like archaeological dig with peer reviewed, that type of shit.
Um, well, if you want to start somewhere, we can talk about dinosaurs and seeing like what are dinosaurs considered dragons?
No, I'm
Like,
talking.
if
I'm
you
talking
really think
specifically
about it.
dragons. I'm talking specifically dragons. We know that there's been archaeological digs and they found dinosaurs. I'm talking dragons by themselves.
But that's what I'm saying. If dinosaurs have been documented as reptiles who have wings, wouldn't that be a dragon?
Well, kind of, yeah. But I'm saying like I,
Well,
I'm,
there goes your proof right there.
I personally haven't looked into it, which is why I'm asking. I'm just curious.
Yeah. So what I dive into, right, is that you call them dinosaurs, we call them
Okay.
dragons. They're literally scientifically the same thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
dinosaurs in modern term.
They're just a modern term for dragons with wings. If you go look up a dragon and what makes a dragon, it's literally a reptile that has wings that can fly. And what the dinosaurs are, they're reptiles with wings that can fly.
But don't dragons have certain like capabilities, like breathing fire?
Yes, they do. But again, there are a lot of science out here that can back up the fact that there are animals and species that are capable of swallowing copper and spitting up smoke. So if that's possible in nature in itself right now, how can you tell if the dragons or the dinosaurs were able to do that 65 million years ago?
Now,
Right?
there's even that one shrimp. He can constrict his claws so quickly that it will create a, a portion of fire that's hot as the sun, and he will.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that
So
yeah,
just
it's
based
like the
off that,
boxing strip or some shit. What
yes.
it's called?
You know what I'm
So
talking
there,
about.
yeah, but
Remember
there's
the
no
Komodo
need
dragon?
for,
Well, I
yeah.
talk
So
about the
there's,
Komodo dragon.
well, there's no need, for a scientific back theory when you have plenty of scientifical back theory on just nature itself
Well,
and what nature is possible to do.
what what I'm trying to inspire you to do is, Hunt, like at some point, like when I get into a certain investigation of some sort, I go like acquire as much literature as I can, and then I start to cross check, backlog, that type of thing. So,
I
what,
don't do that.
what I'm saying is, you should begin to develop your logs. I mean, like,
Mm-mm.
why not?
Because so first I have to go based off of like the foundation of who I am, right? So my name is called Divine RA. I know you see it as King, and I definitely get down with that whole. Like it says Divine RA. But RA means returnal intuition.
Oh,
So returnal intuition means that like we're tapping into ourselves to recognize our ancestral memory, right?
okay,
So it's literally like I'm grounding myself because I know that humans been on this earth for millions of years.
yeah.
And because we've been on this earth for millions of years, um I can tap into myself and alter my DNA to remember things that are in past lives, right? Because that's usually what shamans and different type of people do. They tap into their inner being and use it, to recognize themselves, their past lives, their future lives, and their present lives, right?
Sure.
So another thing is, I didn't go to school for science. I went to school for history and philosophy. So I'm more of a philosopher than a scientist, right? So, like for instance, if I'm teaching a class on TikTok, right? My classes, when I start my lives, my classes are clearly stated that this is not a science class. This is a faith, reason, and imagination class. I mean, I'm sorry, theory, reason, and imagination class. Meaning we're going to use theory to hypothesize what could be possible in this world, right? Reason, try to rationalize what we make that's a hypothesis or based off of theories, and imagine how this could possibly be a thing in the future, right? So it's my class is all about philosophy. It's not about science. But we do use scientific based things to look at what could possibly be in the future, right? So, for instance, like if you take us back in the 1800s, right, the early 1700s, we could say that one day life could be alternated by, creating some type of light source that could come from not the sun, but from a light bulb or something like that. But because we're not in that world yet, we got to hypothesize that possibility being, true, and then go and look at science or basis that around, like for instance, we know that there are animals out here that clearly can produce light bulbs out of their butts, which are called light bulbs, right? Or the lightning bugs, right?
Yeah.
And so we imagine, right? Let's picture ourselves in the 1700s, right? We can imagine that if animals and nature can do the same exact thing, then it is a possible and it's a philosophy that we can imagine that this can be a possibility in the future, right? So that's really what my class is about. We just use philosophy and
Yeah.
history and
Philosophy was my
nature.
major in college.
Really?
Yeah.
And you
But
decided science?
no, I'm not a scientist. But philosophy was my major, and then I
Mhm.
discovered that I wasn't that good because I had a different philosophy. But I've studied philosophy, psychology, anthropology, sociology, biology, physiology, pretty much all. Yeah, all I did a little archaeology, but
Why you don't be coming to my lives? We talk about all this stuff.
well, what I was trying to get, like, I see that you have a lot of run-ins with people, and what I noticed is that when you look up stuff, like the other day you looked up Lady of Guadalupe. What I was hoping that would inspire people would be like, yo, if you go look that up, take what you just looked up and put it in your phone. So now that next time that subject comes up, you don't have to go look for it. It's in your phone. It's right there.
Oh
That's what
yeah, I do that.
that's what I've done for 20 years. I have 4,000 poems in my phone with every single bit of literature, whether it be archaeology, anthropology, sociology, biology, philosophy, even like medical literature is in my phone. That way I can just type into my search bar the subject matter, and then a number of notes come up with a bunch of links that I've looked at before. It's just it's a more efficient way of researching, and you don't have as many run-ins because people can't really argue once you have your logs developed. You just say, hey,
You're
here's the
right.
literature.
I just like to troll. I like arguing. I like going back and forth sometimes.
Yeah, but even if you like that, you have the winning hand because you have literature right there at your disposal.
I know, I get that. I know, and I should do that more often. But I just like running people in circles with my voice.
I know, but all I'm saying, the reason I'm saying that is because I think you have a knack for what you do. I think you're really good at it.
Yeah.
And I just want
I'm
to
really
strengthen
good
your
at
case.
reason. Like, yeah. You're
Because
right. You're right. I just hate doing the heavy lifting. I do need to do it. I got
but
to
you're
do the
already
research.
doing it. That's my
Definitely.
point. You're already doing it. You're going and looking
Yeah.
shit up. It's right there. Why not just put it in your? What kind of phone do you have, by the way?
I have an iPhone.
Oh, see, that's the perfect phone for this type of.
Yeah, like I have a lot of screenshots and documents. I do gather them. The
I
only
call.
problem, I'm kind of pissed off because like iPhone kind of like changed their settings,
Yeah,
and now when I search up pictures, it won't show the picture that I'm looking for,
got you. Yeah, I
and
would
it's
I would
pissing
make
me
it.
off now.
I would make a note of it in your notes, and then I'd place the photo in your notes. That way, you could just go to that title of the note and you would be able to
Okay.
research there. But what I call it combat intellectualism. So it's like
Yeah.
jujitsu with the mind, you know.
Right.
So when anyone comes to me, you know, like I'm like I always say I hold it. When it comes to intelligence, I wear a dunce hat and an Eddie Bravo jiu-jitsu black belt. You know, like
I'm not
I'm
even gonna lie, Niguel. Like at first, when you was going and like arguing back and forth with people, and you would shut them down, I did not get it. I was like, how is he able to shut that down? Because I didn't understand it at first. Because I don't even think they understood it. But then the more I kept like listening to your talking points, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
even on that one
That
line,
makes sense.
you're like, I'm gonna say substantiate, like the wall says, substantiate. I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah, I'll be going around like that's inconclusive.
Yeah,
Every time I go to somebody's live, I ain't got shit to say. I just when I see somebody say something wrong, I be like, "That's inconclusive. That's inconclusive."
I wrote a poem. It's called Smarter, and this one guy, he was like a super high intellectual. You know, he had a very wide vocabulary, and so the whole poem is to show off how I can duel with these guys. You know, that have PhDs, and I've taken on like 6 or 7 PhDs at this point, and they've all ran for the hills. But I like the title Smarter because it's like I'm willing enough to show that I'm stupid because intelligence is just reading something that someone wrote about to someone before and so on. You know, it's like to be.
So, boy, what kind of degrees you got?
I don't have any
Or
degrees.
how many degrees you got?
I got no degrees at all.
None.
None.
Did you even go to college?
Yeah, I went
Did
to
you
college for like
attempt?
3.5 years.
No, well, you got a degree then if you went that long. It lasted.
Well, I figured out after I went to prison, I got out. I was like, the curriculums they weren't as up to my pace, so I could do a lot more research on my own and do a lot more complete research than the actual people who hold PhDs. You know, I started
Yeah.
trying out against like bachelor's degrees. They were no problem. Master's degrees, nothing. PhDs, they have a really high arrogance because they've got these certificates that
Yo,
substantiate
I got
their
4 degrees, bro.
no shit.
4. Yeah, the first degree I got was well, it was a combination. It was like a associate's degree, like the
Yeah. Community college.
like music performance and Spanish as a minor. I don't even know how I got a degree in Spanish because I don't know how to fucking speak Spanish.
Yeah.
But I got a degree in Spanish. So if I ever wanted to like, I don't know, teach kids Spanish, I could, English, I could do it. But yeah, I literally got those 2 degrees first. Then I went to another school and I got like my music history degree. And then I got my education degree. And then I got my master's in education. So the crazy part is everything didn't make sense to me until I got my like music degree, my music history degree. Because the crazy part is music, when you learn music history, you literally learn about every civilization and how they start. Because everything starts with music. That's the crazy part. So pretty much I got a degree in world history, but with music slapped on top of it. So because you
Not,
got to learn the culture of different things. That's why I was able to understand that like Black American music is separate from African music, and it's crazy to me when Africans get on here and they be like, yeah, like Sweden jazz blues that all comes from Africa. And they're literally fixing their mouth and they're literally talking to a person that got a degree in music and
yeah.
they're saying this crap. And I'm like, I can run. Sometimes I'd be like, I can run circles around y'all, but I don't really feel like it. Like the fact that I got all these damn degrees and like I'm literally like who have y'all seen Girlfriends? The show
No.
Girlfriends?
No.
You've never seen the show Girlfriends?
No.
But you know what it is, right?
No.
You never heard of like Tracy Ellis?
No.
Diana Ross's daughter?
No. I don't watch TV.
You missing out.
Oh,
Randy, you know what I'm talking about, right?
My girlfriends. Yeah, that's
Right. So you remember Joan, right?
Everybody, sexual chocolate.
Right. You know Jones, right? I mean, you remember Joan, right?
Maybe, kind of vaguely. I remember Tracy Ellis Ross, but I don't really remember the character names.
Well, she was the super light skinned girl. She
Okay.
was like a hippie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she was the one. So she was super smart. It was this girl on the TV show Nagual, and it's four girlfriends, right? And they all do like different stuff. They all got their degrees in certain things. But
Yeah.
the smartest one on there is damn, I forgot her name, right? But she has damn near like 8 degrees, and she's a super hippie. She doesn't want to work. She doesn't have 9 to 5. She doesn't know what she want to do with her life, but she literally have 8 degrees. Like she can literally go and do anything that she wants. But because she's so like um progressive, right? She's like a full blown like I want to live in my car and smoke weed and
Yeah.
that's me. I do not work at all. I have
it's,
4 degrees and I don't work.
it's funny that you mentioned that. You ever heard of hacky sack?
No, what is that?
So it's like a little bag that you kick
A
around,
little
on
bean
your
bag
foot.
that they kink around, or a blue ball or something.
Yeah. So I hung out.
Ah.
I hung out at a college for like years, and I was kicking footbag because they had a lot of people that kick footbag there. I used to compete at it, and I was there for like 4 years, And at one point, they all kind of asked me, they're like, "So what classes are you taking, Leroy?" And I was like, "Classes." They're like, "Yeah, you're here like all the time." I'm like, "I don't think I'm just here for footbag." They were like, "What?" They're like, "We've all been here
Wow.
getting our degrees, and you're here for footbag." And I was like, "Yeah." And so one of the guys, he convinced me to get into to take a couple courses, and I took a full load, and then I caught myself in another conversation where they were like, "We're kicking footbag." They're like, "So what's your major?" And I was all, "Major?" They're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What is a major?" They're like, "What you're gonna, eventually get into profession." I was like, "Man, I'm just here to learn, bro. Like, I'm not. I don't care about a fucking degree." And they're like, "What are you taking?" I'm like, "Psychology, sociology, biology, anthropology." They're like, everything was an ology, And I was just like, "I'm just here because I just want to learn, And they were just blown away by that somebody would just go to school to learn.
That's
I didn't
funny.
I didn't care about the
I'm sorry.
status. I didn't care about the money.
No, you
Footbag.
said
Yeah, I just want
right,
to
and
kick
play
footbag,
football.
man.
He was like, I'm just here to play football. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just here to learn now. No, I'm just that's funny.
My
When I
favorite
went to
teacher.
school,
No, go ahead.
yeah, I was so I'm not gonna lie, I was a little genius back in the day. So like I graduated high school early. Like I think I graduated high school at 15. So I didn't really have a typical like education. So yeah, I kind of graduated early. I went like from 14 to 15, my first time in high school. I actually didn't live in Memphis. I actually lived in Boston. I actually went to one of the best schools in the country. Like the high school is like I'm talking about high school where like Trump, President Bush, and like presidents and their kids, like that
Yeah.
kind of school. And and then that's when I started taking philosophy and stuff. And I was like, oh, I kind of like this. Like, and but I really went up there because I was good at music. So, um, but I've been, I was playing music all my life. I like kind of skipped courses and stuff because like I was literally playing piano and stuff and being classically trained since I was 6, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of taught myself how to play music. So, like as I kept learning, like that's all I did. Like I wasn't like a kid that went outside and played. Like I just wanted to be in. Like I would literally be in the room, like playing for 4 or 5 hours straight, like trying to learn like different progressions and chord progressions and stuff like that. And then like if I got bored or I mastered it, I'll just go into another instrument. So then I started picking up the saxophone. Then I liked the saxophone. Then I started picking up the clarinet. And then after I finished clarinet, then I picked up the drum. And then after I finished the drum, and then I got so obsessed with it, right? That I was like,
Yes.
okay, now I want to go to high school and do it. And then I went to high school and like, I ended up like completing all my courses because when you take it's literally true when you let kids play music they turn their IQ goes up. It dead ass. It's proven. Because once I started taking music classes, everything started making sense. Like philosophy, music, biology, mathematics, everything. So I just started making straight A's and everything. And I really didn't even have to study. So I don't know. All I did is I looked up by 15, and my teachers was like, "Oh, you completed all your courses. Do you want to go ahead and start college courses?" And I was like, "Oh, I finished everything." And they was like, "Yeah," because um, I had started young, like skipping courses and stuff, because you could test out of things. I started testing out stuff. So when I turned 15, they were like, "Oh, well, we're gonna take you to this campus. It's like a mix between a college and a high school. And when you go, you take all these courses that's considered college courses, but you're in high school. So then when you start college, like you kind of start in college early, right? So I started college at 15. So
It's
when
a
I
bridge
started college
program.
at 15, yeah, when I started college at 15, like by the time I got to college, the crazy part is that as soon as I got to college, I was flunking like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, how did I get this far and start flunking? But no, I ended up getting like all my degrees and stuff like that. But honestly, after doing all of that, I was like, I don't want to do this shit no more. Like, I'm done. I think I'm ready to get married, have a kid, and sit down and retire.
It's funny because when my mother was a single mom. She had 4 kids, and she put us. I was in school year round from grade 1 through 12 through high school, and so I was going to college when I was in 15. I was going to Oregon State University in a bridge program, just like you were. So I had already, same thing in high school. I had already completed all my courses in junior year, so I was just kind of like surfing around, taking extracurriculars. But I had already had college credits, like half my freshman year college credits when I was 17. So I'd been exposed to the college life. I lived on campus in a dorm at OSU in Corvallis, Oregon. But it was similar. I was just kind of like, I was really good, but I was kind of like just bored. It didn't captivate me enough to like keep my attention. And when you said that,
Yeah, I was the same. Like,
when you
once I
said
got
that,
to college, it was like, what is it? It didn't make sense. None didn't make sense.
a friend of mine,
I'm a college dropout.
I had a friend
I dropped
who
out a couple of times, but I was like, you know what? Let me go back. You
a,
know?
a, a friend of mine, he a friend of mine, he taught Waldorf schools, and that's how they teach their kids in those schools. It's like you can literally, like you said, learn about the world through a specific course of interest. So my
Yeah.
friend, he's so much interested in cooking that he learned about the entire world history because it encompasses no matter what world war or WAR or whatever type of
Yep.
catastrophe happened, there was always cooking going on.
Cooking. Yep.
Yeah, and so like I just thought it was so cool the fact that he taught me stuff about cooking I never heard, like the 4 mother sauces, like where they came from, what region, why they were created, all this stuff. I was just like, man, if they would just teach kids in that course rather than, they're still teaching kids addition and subtraction and
See, that's the biggest secret. The culture is really hidden in the food. I say that shit all the time.
It
facts.
is.
All the
Like even
culture is
with
really hidden in the
music,
food.
like when I went to college, you can't even take piano classes or anything unless you're fluent in certain languages. But I didn't even know I was fluent in it because I at first I had to realize what is proficient and fluent mean. I thought proficient fluent means you have to know how to speak that whole like perfectly. And they were just like, no, you just need to know what to read when we give you a sheet music. Because remember, everything that's in sheet music in classical era is mainly in Latin, French, or Italian. That's it. That's it. And this whole time since the age of 6, all the way up until 18, I didn't even know I was learning that shit. I did not know I was learning 3 languages. I just thought, oh, that was just the regular terms that you gotta learn to, play music. All along, I was sitting there learning a whole ass language. So now, when I look up words and stuff, or I'm trying to like practice Latin, Latin comes to me real easy, and it's only because of music. It ain't, it's crazy how you can just focus on one specific thing that's culturally based. If you think about culture, right? How is culture started? It started with food. It starts with music. It starts with family gathering, and it starts with language. Those are the 4 things you need um
And
to
religion.
make a civilization and religion. But remember,
Gotta
religion
have
is.
some kind of belief
But you
system, some
gotta.
type of
But
belief
you.
system.
Well, you gotta remember the music is attached to the religion,
Fact.
right? And the language is attached to the
Fact.
religion. But the music and the music, the language and the religion was originally attached together, because that's how people, like when I say older civilizations, I'm talking about ancient civilizations. This is how things were recorded. This is how things were documented back then. When people didn't have anything to write on, they had music to one, record language, right? So they would do it in song and storytell. The storytelling was always about something dealing with their religion, which back then they would call it superstition stuff. Like, right, they'll sing a song about how this great man would come from the moon, and the moon guy came down and invented them, right? So that's how you have people down, like in these indigenous places around the world, how they're able to recall and tell you what their parents told, their ancestors told them 50,000 years ago. It had nothing to do with writing stuff down. It had everything to do about remembering and singing and recalling and chanting and saying those words over and over and over again, and passing that song down for generation to generation to generation, so that somebody can say, okay, I can write this down and say this is how they said our people came to this world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's deep, and it's kind of crazy how all that, like from food to civilizations to religion, music, all that is all it literally, that's how you learn about the world. It's through those five things.
Yeah. When it came to me when I was like I went through a whole bunch of craziness, but then at 32 I hit poetry, and I had wrote a little back when I was in just out of high school, but not enough to substantiate any type of practice at it. But eventually, when I hit poetry, when I was at 32 to like 33, it was a crazy trip. Like most people, they'll just be like, oh, okay, I'm going to start writing some words and do poetry. And I was like, for me, it was like a profound practice. You know, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna write poetry, I want to learn what language am I speaking? Where did it come from? You know, how did it get here? What did my people speak before me? You know, Latin, Greek, you know, all this type of things. And I was like, should I learn my indigenous language,
Mm-hmm.
or should I just really, really get down the language that I've been indoctrinated with, you know, which is the one I chose. And then from that point on, I started poetry. At the first began as hip hop. You know, I was just writing rhymes here and there. And then at one point, it started to become very analytical, where I was like, I would write about, someone would talk about a subject, and I would like,
Mm,
I would take the subject down, I would write my notes, and then I would do the complete etymology on it. Then I would research a shit ton to where I had all these links that I would store from the literature that I was reviewing, and then I would write what I had extrapolated from the literature in my own terms, and then I would give the links at the bottom, and then
mm.
that would be the poem, you know. And people were like, "That's not poetry, man." I was like, "Well, there's no limit on what poetry is. I mean,
It
if
isn't,
you look at
right.
if you look at the etymology, this can be poetry as well." But it was a real weird thing to go from writing rhymes to being analytical and writing about like chimeric organisms with, you know, virus, you know, that reading literal literature, medical literature
Poetry
was
the only
such a,
reason why I passed literature.
it was funny
Right.
because
Literally,
you
it was
couldn't
the
you
only
couldn't pay
reason why I
me
passed
you
creative
couldn't pay
writing.
me in college to read medical literature. You couldn't pay me. But here I went through on a 5-year stretch of doing nothing but researching medical literature, like the most
Mm,
redundant topics, you know, just but for some reason it caught my attention for that amount of time.
right. It's kind of like, I don't know, Randy, if you say you're indigenous, right? Or Black American? Okay.
Just a generation off a reservation in Oklahoma.
So here's a perfect example. Any traditional like Black American knows this rhyme, right? And it was passed down from like family member to family member. Some of them say, like for my family, this jump been passed down for almost 150 years. Everybody know this song, right? Or this rhyme, right? That now lay me down to sleep. I praise the Lord, the soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I praise the Lord, the soul to take.
Yeah, I got one
Yeah.
for you. Did you hear this one when you was a kid? Inka
Mm.
Binka Bala Stinker.
Binka Body Boo.
Uh huh.
Yes.
But do you hear the words in
Dang.
it now when you think about it? Inca,
Yeah.
Inca, like literally, we got literally rhymes with Inca in it.
Right. And then like even like nursery rhymes, like as a kid, we had all those nursery rhymes that we remember. I know so many, I just can't think of them right now. But everybody just know them.
Surprising my white folks when they hear the ice cream truck come around, they play that song, and I'm like, you know where that song comes from? They're like,
Yeah, it's a racist song.
exactly. I tell them that, they're like, bullshit. I'm like, why would I just say some random shit like that? There's no joke about it. That's where the song comes from. That's your fucking culture.
Yeah, we had one of them songs. Like, which one was it, Randy? About the Mexican? It was one about a Mexican.
I gotta hear this shit.
There was like Mexico no more as a big fat policeman at the door,
I can't
door. He'll
remember
grab you
that.
by the collar, make you pay $1. I don't want to go to
Yeah.
Mexico no more.
I can't believe I haven't heard that song for so long. Oh my god. Totally remember this song now. Holy shit.
Play tag,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
hide and seek.
That's crazy.
And then like you think about it down, you like, damn, we were racist as hell talking
Yeah,
about
hell
Mexico.
yeah. No one knew it though.
But that's what they were doing. It's like that's literally what Mexico was doing. I think that was a time when like Mexico was really going through like apartheid. I mean, not apartheid, but you know how like the government and the sheriff department, like they were really like scamming people. They were scamming people in Mexico.
Still scams people.
So you grab you by the collar, make you pay $1.
Y'all take me back memory lane and shit. Goddamn.
That's what I'm saying. But these are old like nursery rhymes that's been
Yeah,
passed down for like hundreds of years.
yeah. I remember I was talking to my this white lady I took care of a friend of mine with for like a couple of years, and she was kind of, because we got so close, she began to open up a bit, and she was still apprehensive about bringing up certain subject matter, but she's like, Leroy, I never heard of Brazil nuts until I was 22.
Damn.
Yeah, and she's like, you know what and I was like, of course I know what you thought. I know what they're called, okay? But it's like she was slowly beginning to open up to a lot of the racism that she had been involved with herself. That's just the way the culture is raised. We might not look into it that much to find out these little fun facts, but once I find out about them, I'm like, oh, I'm putting these right in white people's faces, man. I'm writing poems about it, singing. Where you at, Vibes?
Oh, he disappeared. I know y'all remember this one. I met a girl named Susie, and Susie, Nanny Tim. I put her in the bathtub to see if she could swim. She drank up all the water. She ate up all the soap. She tried to eat the bathtub, but it wouldn't go down her throat. Miss Susie called a doctor. The doctor called a nurse. The nurse called a lady with the alligator purse.
I didn't know all those. I didn't know those were the words.
Yeah. Miss Susie kicked the doctor. The doctor kicked the nurse. The nurse called the lady with the alligator. Pass me no more questions. Tell me no more lies. The boys are in the bathtub, zipping up their flies. Are in the city. The bees are in the park. Miss Susie and her boyfriend are kissing in the DARKDA. Okay, dark is like a movie, and movies like a show. A show is television, and that is what I know. I know my mom. No, I know my palm. I know my grandma with a 40-acre bra. Y'all never heard of that?
I remember the hymn of it, but I don't remember the words.
Yeah, I don't remember all the
Yeah.
words of it, but yeah, I got two older sisters too, so
And you're how old again, Randy? 41?
I'm
40?
40.
40?
Yeah,
Oh,
The early 20s, like
oh yeah.
singing these songs, right? That's almost 100 years old. But You don't know it until you know it. And you're like, dang, like we did used to sing that junk.
Yeah, that same white lady. She was like, she was trying to say. She said, I was. It was funny because I was just listening to this conversation. It's a conversation I recorded from like 5 years ago, and she was like, she was trying to tell her friends, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by." She was like, "Tigers don't have toes."
Mario.
Yeah, she's like, "Tigers don't have toes," and I'm like, "Yeah, no shit." She was like, "But yeah, she just that's the way she was brought up."
Man, we had all kinds of nursery rhymes like that. Like just kids nursery rhymes, you know?
Yeah,
Like even if you go back to like the old nursery rhymes, right? Like the London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down. My sweet. You know that's crazy is that was about I want to say that was about it was like when London got into this big old war.
yeah,
Like if you go and look at those nursery rhymes, those nursery rhymes are like sleek dark.
yeah. That's the weird shit about it. Most of them
Like
are.
even doing with Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty to bed together again. Those were about white people.
Thought it was about Digital Underground, but
No, Humpty Dumpty was a white tee, bald headed person, and he sat on the wall and he fell because the black kings and them used to live in the castles. Humpty Dumpty was like came out of the forest.
yeah.
And then there's another one about the Black Plague. I can't remember. It had something about poppy seeds or something like that. What is the one with about the poppy seeds? It was talking about it was about the Black Plague, but it was a nursery rhyme.
Hey, Vibes, you still there? God damn it.
A ring around the rosies, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Ring around the rosies, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. That was about the Black Plague. Yeah, so they were running around the roses so they can get rid of the stench of the bodies. A pocket full of posies was like they will put these posies in their pockets in dead bodies' pockets. So it was like a tradition in England if they put these posies in their pockets that they wouldn't catch the plague. Ashes is when they go ashes, ashes, we all fall down. They were saying like they burnt the bodies, so the bodies would turn into ashes and everybody would run away, so they wouldn't catch it. So literally, Ring Around the Rosie's nursery rhyme was about the Black Plague.
Remember this old lady?
Huh?
This old lady?
This old lady who wait,
Somebody, she wants to get married, but she is too old. You never heard that one?
I never
Yeah.
heard it.
Oh yeah, this old lady. This old lady, a boom boom. She wants to get married, a boom boom, but she is too old, a boom boom. So it was like grab your partner or something, and then
it's
doctor
like a
doctor something.
wait,
I can't remember the whole thing.
doctor, was it? Oh my god, I know exactly what you're talking about, but that was my mom's generation. That was like the kids in
I'm
the
old. I'm
70s.
telling you, I'm old.
Yeah, that was like
I
my
was
she
my
knows
sisters
it.
is older than me. My brother is 25 years older than me.
Yeah, it's like doctor, call the nurse, or something like that. But I can't
Uh-huh.
remember it. But I remember like my cousins, they were probably your age, and they would sing that song. But I was too young to remember it. but it was more like the 80s and the 70s and the 80s baby sang that one.
Yeah, I'm
Like 90s
51.
baby.
I'm 51, Randy.
Oh shit. Feels good not to be the oldest around.
Hey, man, come on now.
And so his old lady wants to get married.
Uh-huh. Yep,
Say it
this
again.
old lady, she wants to get married, but she is too old. I can't remember the rest of it. It was like grab her partner or something. And then goes into the doctor. 'Cause I think the doctor is like supposed to either find her a partner or help her get younger so she can have babies and stuff. Was basically the gist of it. She was too old. I don't remember all the words to it.
Was one that I vaguely remember it, but it's not popping up online because I think it's more like a Black American one. Like that's like a real Black American. Like we had our own Black American like nursery rhymes, and then you had the like the regular one. Like we ever had. I remember the Goosey Gander. That one was crazy. I remember when I was a teacher, a music teacher, right? We used to have these old like nursery rhyme books from way back in the 70s, and they were like the admin would be like, oh, they would give me these books to sing to the kids. And when I was looking at them nursery rhymes, I was like, this shit sound crazy as hell. But I looked at Goosey Gander, and it was kind of like Goosey Gander, follow the goose or something like that. But the goose will lead you to the house, right? And so the whole story was about there's a woman in her chamber, and the man would go into her chamber and literally undress her and
Oh,
take
snap.
advantage of her.
Oh, snap.
And I was like, what? Are we singing this? Like kids are singing this about Goosey Gander? It
Sounds like some shit I get down with. The hell?
Did y'all hear that?
No.
Okay, so it's like, hold on.
Didn't hear that either.
It's like Goosey Gander, whether should I wonder upstairs, downstairs, or in my lady's chamber, in my lady's chamber.
Oh, shit. Sounds like some Victorian age shit.
Was an old man and he wouldn't say his prayers, so I grabbed him by the hand and threw him down the stairs.
Damn.
That's literally, and we used to sing that like to the kids, like 5-year-olds. We used to go around acting like a little goose, going Goosey Gander, whether shall I wander upstairs, downstairs, or in my lady's chamber. But then when you really like listen to it, it's like, hold on, this literally is saying that somebody is wandering in a woman's bed and got caught, was trying to sin and got pushed down the stairs and died. So it sounds like somebody was trying to get raped.
Yeah, it sounds like some white tea shit.
Yeah, how did shit go? Yeah, it was Goosey Goosey Gander, Whether Should I Wonder, Upstairs and Downstairs in My Lady's Chamber. I met an old man who wouldn't say his prayers, so I grabbed him by the left leg and threw him down the stairs. That's a sad.
That's always a story with YT. It's always some sad shit. All right. Well, I've been parked for a minute. I got to get going, y'all.
See, now it's stuck in my head. These used to be stuck in my head for the longest, and I could not get it out of my head. Goosey
Say peace,
Goosey
y'all.
Gander, whether should I wander, upstairs, downstairs, or in my lady's chamber? I met an old man and he wouldn't say his prayers, so I took him by the left leg and threw him down the stairs. It's like, what? That was a crazy ass song. Anyway, guys, I'm about to grab some blueberry pies and go to bed.
All right.
It's been good.
It's been good.
All right, bye, y'all.
See y'all later.
Peace, y'all.